Akala ko'y di dumating sa buhay ko.
Baka makatay sa akin. Kaya ginano ko na lang siya. Yung nakakuha man siya sa kanya. Maraming salamat na lang. Pero sa totoo lang, sino ko yan? Yung pinagin tayo. Hindi na ako naman tayo. Pero hindi ko kasi tayo. Ako tayo po sa akin. Kaya hindi ang lahat ako. Kaya hindi mo na lang siya. Kaya hindi mo pagkakamali ko ipahabot ko siya. Sir, hindi po. Ang sasabi, pinakiusapan ko lang. Sir, kaya umutang po ko sa dam para bayaran siya. Kaya nga. Kaya nga kayo tumingin. Hanggang sa pera. Sinadya, dineglect talaga yung patayuan. Pero sa victim, sabi niya, Aling Eddie, may nagsabi sa akin na, sabi niya po sa akin. Sabi niya, hindi alam eh. Sabi mo naman, ang time na hindi po, sinabi ko po sa kanya. Tama? Oo. Ha? Kasi pag pumunta kayo sa City Hall, kukunin namin yung matatas. Wala kayong kita. Sir, hindi po. Ang sasabi, pinakiusapan ko. Kaya nga, sir, hindi ka po, umutang po ko sa dam para bayaran. Kaya nga. Kaya nga kayo tumingin. Hanggang sa pera. Kaya naman kayo nagkasama sa pera sa pera. Pagkakantasa. Saan ang puso mo?
بعدين صار فيك تقولي ايه ابتديت قولي ايه وانت مرتاحة حل يومك مع دانيت الآن متوفرة أيضا بنكهة الموز اللذيذة.
Diba dalawang grupo yan? Yung Kid Talents Group saka Mang Jun Group. Ngayon ko lang nalaman ang tunay na pangalan pala ni Mang Jun is Philemon Co. the Third. Now, pumayag po silang pareho na magpa-lie detector test. At hawak ko na po yung result ng lie detector test nila. Mang Jun?
Ay po, magandang hapon po.
Mang Jun, hawak na po namin yung inyo pong lie detector test result.
Opo, idol.
At meron tayong pag-usap doon, Mang Jun. Pag negative, ibig sabihin, lying. Okay? So, hindi kami tutulong. Pag nag-positive, ibig sabihin, kayo po ay nagsasabi ng totoo, and therefore, bubuhos kami ng tulong. Tama?
Yes, idol. Opo, idol.
Very clear. At hawak na rin po namin result para kay Kid Talent. Gusto mo na ba basahin ko yung result ngayon? Kasi si Sir Kid, sabi niya, mamaya pa raw siya 3 o'clock available.
Kayo po, idol. Kayo po, issue nyo. Kayo po, magtulong, idol.
At idol, take note, nasilyado po yan.
Arizona needs qualified teachers. There are thousands of open positions in our state, and some of those vacancies are being filled by teachers from other countries. Ivory Reiner talked with a teacher from the Philippines about the rewards and challenges of the job. huge. It was complete. It has a sink. It has desks.
That is how Honeycate Araza felt when she walked into her classroom. She is from the Philippines here on a work visa, teaching second grade at Amberlia Elementary School in Phoenix.
This opportunity financially, so I can financially help my husband support and raise our kids.
Araza made $375 a month teaching in the Philippines. Here she brings home $3,000 a month and has health insurance and sends the money back home to her 3 children and husband on the other side of the globe. Matt Williams, who manages the teacher exchange program, said the Philippines has viable candidates that can support students.
The pay over here is much better, and that's where it's. We feel our teacher shortage, and they have a pay that is substantially higher than in the Philippines.
Lily DeBlue, superintendent at Pendergrass Elementary School District, said education should be treated like an investment.
The teacher is expected to come into the classroom, get a degree, many with master's degree, start at maybe in the 30,000 when they have loans. How can you expect people to be attracted to this amazing field if they can't even support themselves and be treated with respect that they deserve?
2 months ago, there were 2,166 teacher vacancies in the state of Arizona alone. Pendergrass Elementary School District has hired 58 of those teachers through the Work Visa Teacher Program. Araza plans to return to the Philippines to see her husband and children for Christmas this year. In Phoenix, Ivory Reiner, Bronchite News.
As of right now, there are still over 2,000 teacher vacancies in the state of Arizona.
Educating Arizona tonight, taking a unique approach to fixing our teacher shortage. The solution for one local district, not exactly a textbook example of recruiting. Only ABC 15's Angie Cayley reporting in Casa Grande tonight with the new push to administrators. School districts, especially in rural areas, are going to great lengths to find qualified teachers looking for work. By great lengths, I mean they're bringing them in from around the world.
Please line up yourself.
Melvin Inahosa, a science teacher at Vista Grande High School, says his teaching salary is the best it's been in the past decade.
I know how to budget my money. Like, I know where to put my money is. To my wife.
Inahosa spent the first 7 years of his career teaching in the Philippines, his home country.
I'm earning 5 times more than I was earning back in the Philippines.
This is his 3rd year teaching in Arizona, the last before his J1 visa expires. Online records show a first-year teacher at Casa Grande Union School District now makes $41,000 a year. He says if he had stayed in the Philippines, he probably would have never married because he wouldn't have been able to afford it.
You don't have the money to spend. That will be a problem not only to you, but for the people who are living with you.
Principal Glenda Cole tells us the problem isn't that the prospects interviewing don't take the job.
We weren't even getting the applications in the first place. So that's why our former superintendent decided to go looking overseas.
Now, there are several guidelines international teachers have to meet, like having a bachelor's degree. Inahosa jokes that he likes to substitute teach during his free periods and make a few extra dollars so he can go out for his favorite American food.
And that money, I call it steak money. So when I tell my wife I can get this steak because I sub, so the budget won't be hurt.
Inahosa says he would like to stay longer and get an extension on his visa, but he says if he can't, he will willingly go back to the Philippines when it's time. In Casa Grande, Angie Cayley, ABC 15, Arizona.
Schools still out in Chicago for public schools demanding and better pay. Thousands huge number. And as Hillary Lane reports, some jobs are being filled overseas.
This group of women share meals and live together to save money.
We have the same reasons why we're here. Sacrifice for the fun.
All the way to teach.
I heard from my friend that there's a massive hiring of teachers here in U.S.
Back home, Andrea Loxine was making $400 a month. Here, she makes 9 times more. She's one of 8 from overseas working at Tucson, Arizona.
You know, this is a very big opportunity for me.
100 teacher vacancy when it comes to teacher salary. The average public school teacher in America makes $60,000 a year. In Tucson, Arizona, it's $42,000.
So there's more vacancies than applicants. The pay isn't very attractive, where we finally decided that it would probably be time to look overseas.
Dr. Gabriel Trujillo is the Tucson district superintendent. He oversees the hiring of international teachers.
How do teacher shortages affect the school district and then the children?
So where you may have 2 classes of 18 or 19, if one of the classes doesn't have a highly qualified teacher due to the vacancy, now we have a single class of 38 students.
Does it seem like the job of a teacher is being outsourced?
Yes, definitely. In fact, I'm seeing a lot of that.
Margaret Cheney is the president of the Tucson Public Educators Union. She helped lead a week-long teacher strike last year.
You brought in these other teachers, and now you filled those holes. There's no reason to add more funding, which is a problem for those of us that are left behind.
Nationwide, there are more than 3,000 international teachers in U.S. classrooms, up 50% from 2014.
I just love this one.
The majority of those teachers come from the Philippines. And we were there when another teacher arrived.
When you see all of these smiling faces here to greet you, what were you thinking?
I am thinking that it's really great to be here in the United States.
International teachers must have at least the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree and 2 years of teaching experience to qualify. But the process is expensive for them, costing $8,000 in sponsorship alone.
Nora, your piece is going to raise a lot of questions. Hillary, thank you.
Is this teacher shortage challenge and this education gap or challenge that Montana towns, small towns are facing in America?
I was calling teachers in Florida, California, and all over the country to try and find teachers for these positions, just begging people to apply, not even to take the job, just to apply and take a look at us. And I just wasn't getting any applicants, or I get 1 applicant or 2 applicants, and they were people that I didn't feel had the skills to be successful teaching kids.
But what does a qualified teacher look like that the kids deserve, Michelle? What does that mean?
When that teacher goes into that class, the students are engaged in what is going on. They're interacting with the material, they're learning the material, and then they're able to apply it afterwards. That's what needs to happen. And I believe all of our Filipino teachers are doing that.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
true.
How did you even find a solution that you can recruit from outside the country?
Just the idea that I want somebody that has a native English-speaking background. I want them to be able to come in and offer a high-quality education to my students, and I want them to be excited about coming to Montana and earning that salary, and hopefully I can get the town to grow on them in the long run, right? I think there are a lot of kids that are going off to college, and they're choosing to go into other professions. And when they choose to go off into those other professions, a lot of times that they pay more. And I think that's the initial reason. And so you have fewer people getting into the teaching market, and yet we still have the same number of these small schools.
Is it because teachers are not getting paid enough? It's not a competitive salary that helps them live the life that they deserve?
I think that's part of it. This conversation is happening in Montana. If you went down to Wyoming, the conversation would be very different. They are rural America, but they don't have the same problem. They forced consolidation in that state, and they got into a situation where they're able to pay teachers more. And so teachers will tend to go there and apply for those positions. I haven't heard of teacher shortages in Wyoming like I've heard of them in Montana.
how severe or how bad, or is it even bad, this teacher shortage that's happening here in Montana?
Certainly is. I don't feel it in Shelby because I think we've found candidates that are high quality that are willing to come here and work in Montana and in Shelby. Example, our Filipino teachers. They do a fantastic job. So to me, I don't feel like there is a teacher shortage because every time I turn around and I need to get a candidate for something, I can go to my contacts and ask, hey, I need a candidate for this particular position, and I'll have 20 candidates tomorrow.
Yeah. There's a conundrum here.
We have these candidates that are coming over. They've been teaching for 20 years. They've got a master's degree in their subject area, and I'm having difficulty getting them certified in the state of Montana.
Why is that?
It's beyond because they didn't get their degree from somewhere in the United States. So I see them in the classroom, and they're doing a fabulous job, and yet I need to send them back to school to get additional credit so that they can become certified in the state of Montana. And I can get away with it for 3 years. I can get them a provisional. But once they get that extension, those last 2 years, they've got to finish classes. They've got to do additional work to get that certification. So I understand it's been a headache over the past 3 years, but it's been worth it because it's benefiting my kids.
In this political climate that we have, to say that a town like Shelby is recruiting teachers outside of the country to teach the next generation of Americans. What are your thoughts about that?
I think the exposure that my students are getting based on bringing people from outside of the country is going to make them more valuable employees, make them more successful at college in the long run. So I think it's extremely valuable. So I understand this idea of I should be hiring an American or I should be hiring whatever. I want to bring in the best person for my kids, and it doesn't matter where they're from. To me.
So actually, I came in with bias. I thought I would be here, like, facing racism. I was kind of gearing myself up and saying, like, I am the only brown person in this, and there's not going to be, people that would welcome me. And I came in with a sense of fear.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of people have that misconception of towns like Shelby. They come in with that bias.
Yeah.
And what is your reflection on that? Because I am wrong.
My wife is Dominican. She came to Shelby with me. She was welcomed right away. We have a lot of Border Patrol agents that are of Hispanic descent, welcomed right away. We have a large Native American population, welcomed right away. We did not have a large Filipino population to start out with. We have fortunately had the opportunity to get some fabulous teachers from the Philippines over the past couple of years. I haven't heard anything but positive about what they've done with our kids, how they've interacted, how they've integrated into the community, and all of the things that they've done to be a part of Shelby. If there is racism going on in this community, then it's not something that I've been exposed to. I haven't had anybody come up to me and say, why are you bringing Filipino teachers to Shelby? There was a little bit of nervousness at first, even with the school board was saying, we're going to bring these people from the Philippine Islands. They're going to come to north central Montana, rural community, snow, cold winters. We're going to lose them. You're not going to be able to keep them. And I said, well, maybe we will. Let's give it a shot.
So now that you've seen that this model works, there's a sustainability challenge, and that is the type of visa that these teachers are in. So can you speak a little bit to the sustainability challenge of this?
Yeah, the current visa is J1 visa. It's to come to the United States and experience American culture and then take that culture back and share that in their home country, is my understanding. I support that goal. I love these teachers that I have right now, and I'm going to support them in any way that I can. When it's time for them to go back, they go back for a year and they work and they say, hey, I'd really love to be back in Montana and I'm going to work to get some other visa. I'm going to do everything in my power to try and get them here on whatever visa, whatever I need to do to try and get them back.
They are not here just to educate. They also invest themselves in the community.
Absolutely. I do believe that the exposure that my students have received based on the cultural differences of the teachers from the Philippines that I've been able to hire, their quality as teachers, the ability to engage students, help them perform. I mean, there's absolutely no question in my mind that this is a good thing for my community.
But is there anything else that you wanted to share or something that you wanted to debunk that you didn't have an opportunity to kind of share with us today?
If you have skilled people coming in the United States doing a fantastic job, why aren't they staying? Why isn't there some sort of a path to allow them to stay, continue to work with my kids, continue to have positive outcomes for the country as a whole, in my opinion? It's a really difficult thing for me to wrap my mind around, I suppose. And I know there's bigger issues, there's a bigger picture out there, and they're making huge policy decisions at the national level. But at my level, these people are making a huge difference by being here and working with my kids. Why can't I keep them? Right?
I'll do it by mine.
But I know that there will come a time to feel this feeling I have inside.
Oh, in my mind. Mhm. What is the report? Report is you have a good work. I love you with all my
So guys, ito sila. Juice, hanap ko ni. Alang, kain na lahat. Letter dito, alang, kambal, ala. Kumot, bibigyan kita ng kumot, okay? Tsaka PC, okay? Hello, kain, kain, kain. So ito na guys, kain sila, oo. Magic, kain, kain, kain. Videohan mo nga ako. Bigyan mo nga sa mga bata yung food. pera ni Kyo. Nasa po. Bésame. Kalita ko, kalita.